Welcome to another episode of Best of America by Horseback. I'm Tom Seay. On this episode, we're taking you back to the Elkins Creek Horse Camp in Pedro, Ohio by viewer request. Elkins Creek was chosen as one of our viewers' top 10 trail riding destinations for us to return with them. Elkins Creek Horse Camp offers access to over 100 miles of trails, campsites with electric hookups, stalls, cabins, guest rooms, and much more. Owners Rick and Jill McLeese are known for their personal customer service. They want every guest to feel welcome and enjoy their stay. It felt like going back home when we returned to Elkins Creek this year. We had a great time with guests enjoying the seminars, obstacle challenge course, live music each night, and visiting with guests and, of course, all the miles of trail riding. We'll be right back to Elkins Creek Horse Camp. You stay tuned.
On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, we have returned to Elkins Creek Horse Camp in Pedro, Ohio, by viewer request, chosen as one of their top 10 trail riding destinations for us to return to with them. Located in south central Ohio near Ashland, Kentucky, Elkins Creek Horse Camp is owned and operated by Rick and Jill McLeese. You have access to miles and miles of trails right out of camp into the Wayne National Forest trail system, as well as a connector trail into the Dean State Forest.
The trail's here. What is the riding opportunity?
There's 50 miles on the Wayne National Forest Ironton District. And then there's a connector trail to the Dean State Forest, which is the oldest state forest in the state of Ohio. On the trails, we have worked very closely with the Forest Service, our district ranger. The trails that go past scenic rock houses, there's trails that ride on the ridge tops, nice long rolling areas covered in the trees, and there's some open vistas. So you get a little bit of everything. We have switchbacks going around, so it's safer. We had the 89-year-old lady riding this weekend with no issues.
I've been moving around from town to town with a horse trailer dragging behind. Just a cowboy lost in a modern world. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Not a day goes by, I don't think about how my life used to be. Now I'm out of my prime and I'm losing time, and nobody's calling for me. They used to call my name come roundup time. Now the four-wheelers takes my place, and the cowboy life that I've always loved is getting lost without a trace. But I won't give up and I won't give in. I'm a cowboy till I die. And I know there's got to be a place for me underneath big western sky.
A lot of riding, but difficult to get lost.
Well, we give them maps, and we've got our trails marked probably the best in the country. But sometimes people will get lost, and we do our best to find them.
So I'm headed out west, gonna do my best to leave the civilized world behind. Just me, my saddle, and an honest horse, so try to go back in time, where surely there'd be a warm campfire or a bunkhouse calling my name. But tonight I'll sleep in my pickup truck, 'cause I'm still not playing their game. The world may turn, but the thing they can't change is the way I feel inside. A prairie fire may burn itself out, but you can't snuff a cowboy's pride. I'll be what I am and I'll do what I do. This life is worth fighting for. Yeah, the cowboy life is life for me and 10,000 more. The cowboy life is a life for me, 10,000 more.
Can you refresh our memories on what's available here? Stalls, cabins, hookups.
We have 64 electric sites, 36 primitive sites, 3 cabins, 3 wagons, and 3 sleeping rooms, private sleeping rooms, 4 bathrooms with showers.
Can't tell you how good it is to be back home. We've been able to travel a lot of places all over the country. But when we put the list together between viewers and us, the top 10 places to ride in America, you guys are there hands down. And as I said the other night, it's not just the place, and it's a nice place, it's a wonderful place, wonderful stalls, etc. Plenty of trails to ride. But it's you guys and the people you have around you that are a magnet. People come and enjoy their horses and relax. Y'all ever really pinch yourself and think about that?
Every day.
You're the outspoken, out front person, and Rick's kind of hidden in the background, and you hear a few word comment here or there or whatever. He's funny. He's really funny, and that dog.
Yeah.
They are a pair. You have guests that come that just want to see that dog. Mm-hmm. He and Rick are inseparable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because they do the work. But at night, he comes to Mom. He wants to see his videos. If he hasn't had time with me, I can't go to sleep till I show him his videos of cows being herded by border collies, a western show or a ball game. He has to watch all of that. He's spoiled. He's spoiled. But he's inseparable with him out here because he wants to be in that golf cart, wants to be with Rick, wants to be doing his job with the horses and the cows.
Would you trade this for a golf cart? Here, you're driving. Watch, he thinks he's going to drive.
We always have a fun time at Elkins Creek Horse Camp. Rick and Jill always have lots of fun activities, clinics, demos, and speakers at their organized rides. They had a fun obstacle course set up that people could go through with their horses at their leisure anytime over the weekend. They offered massage and reflexology by Martha, seminars by Dr. Bill Harnetti, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, live music by Frank Grasso on Friday evening, and the Poverty Strings Band on Saturday evening. There was a church service Sunday morning by Tammy Burton. Dr. Bill Harnetti gave several demonstrations on treating sore horses with chiropractic or acupuncture procedures. For horses with common stuck SI joints, he uses a chiropractic adjustment.
This horse, I believe, is sore on an SI joint. So before we start, because this is the most common chiropractic thing you'll see, is these SI joints right here. So we run these acupuncture meridians. And I just kind of start up here at the neck, and we check some meridians here, check some spots, and you see this horse doesn't care about that. He also doesn't care about this. But when we get to right there, watch what happens. You see how sore that horse is? And if you and they'll be sore. One side is out. Both sides get sore. So just because it's sore, that doesn't tell you which side's out. So then we got to say, okay, this is an SI horse probably. So I'm going to check his feet, and I've kind of figured out over the last year or so, most of these horses with SI joints out, his gallbladder meridian ting point down here is usually deficient. Now his foot says this side is the one that's stuck because his gallbladder ting point's hollowed out right there. And whenever I see that, most of the time, I won't say it's 100%, but most of the time, is I'm going to press down on his tuber coxae, which is the point of his hip. And when I do, put your finger right there. See, there's nothing moving under it. That side's stuck. Now when we go to the other side, we got to check these with his weight up. So if you back him up a half a step, right there, right there. Nice. Now if you check this side, when you put your finger there, feel that moving under you? See, this side moves. This side's stuck. So when we get that side there moving, this soreness down here over his butt is probably going to leave. Now let me see if I got that. Okay, it's good now. You see the difference in that horse now? So if your horse can't take that, and they can't take it on both sides, I'll give you a 95% chance he's got an SI joint. I mean, they just happen. And there's a bunch of them running around.
We are back at Elkins Creek Horse Camp in Pedro, Ohio. We always like to kick off our rides with the national anthem. At Elkins Creek, they combined this with the dedication of their new flagpole, with a ceremony by representatives from the American Legion, the VFW, and the AMVETS. The ceremony included the Pledge of Allegiance, a prayer, and the national anthem.
What is the takeaway? The people here are watching, people at home on television are watching. What do you want them to remember about such a simple ceremony in such an out-of-weight place?
It's just an honor to do things to represent our country. It's for our veterans. And we're teaching people about the flag and our country. And we're proud of our country.
Members with the Ade Township Volunteer Fire Department often volunteer to be on site during big events at Elkins Creek. They have built special equipment to access the trails quickly and bring out injured riders.
How much response time do you usually have if somebody calls
Beforehand, it used to be anywhere between 25-30 minutes for us to get out here. And now we've cut it down to where we've got the trails marked, areas to get into real quick. We're looking at 5 to 7 to 10 minutes about the most. So we've cut it down by building equipment, being here on the site. Big event stuff, we try to be here. We try to at least have 1 or 2 or 3 personnel here at all times.
The meals at Elkins Creek Horse Camp's ride events are always top-notch, thanks to Carol, who loves people and loves cooking. But what many visitors may not know about Carol is she has contributed many years of work getting and maintaining many of the trails in the National Forest that can be accessed by guests who come here.
Food service here is head and shoulders above most places that you go and visit.
Right.
Is that because of Carol? What's the secret?
That's because of Carol.
Yeah.
Carol's a wonderful, wonderful
And
chef.
we can't say enough about Carol. If it wasn't for Carol, we wouldn't have trails. We wouldn't have maintenance capabilities. We wouldn't have all the certifications we've had. If she hadn't came to this part of the country when I did, at the right period of time, this place wouldn't exist.
You really enjoy dealing with people, don't you?
I do. I like people a lot. I'm one of those extremely extroverts. And, but yeah, I like it. And this is a great family place. I love this area. I love Rick and Jill, you know.
What are we having for dinner tonight?
We are having pork chops with, I grilled them last night and marinate them. And they're going to be slow cooked all day, so they'll be nice and tender. We'll have chicken, green beans, peas, probably cream peas, corn, mashed potatoes, and gravy. That's what you really wanted to hear, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, mashed potato gravy, rolls, salad.
I just wanted to spend a minute with you. I get to meet a lot of people, but sometimes somebody just stands out in your memory as just a wonderful person. You're one of those people.
Well, thank you.
And that means I get 2 servings of mashed potatoes.
That's right.
Rick and Jill love the fact they have created a peaceful and safe environment for families. The kids love playing outdoors with their newfound friends, and they even like pitching in to help on special events like making the table centerpieces for our ride.
We wanted it to be a place for healing and for rest. Family oriented. I can't tell you how many campers have said, they just give me so much hope. To see kids out playing, to see kids getting dirty and their feet in the water and the dirt and just playing and being kids, and you're not standing watching them in a little 15-foot circle. They're everywhere. No one's worried. You know?
They've caught every minnow and every crawdad at least 50 to 100 times in this creek. And we've seen every one of them, and we know them all by name.
Maintaining over 50 miles of trails, especially on public land, is not possible without the help of many volunteers. Elkins Creek and the volunteer groups and individuals that help them maintain the trails in the Wayne National Forest have averaged 4,500 hours a year of volunteer work over the past 11 years. Their work was acknowledged by the receipt of the Region 9 Award, covering 17 states, by the National Forest Service for their enduring service.
On behalf of the Wayne, congratulations to you guys. We really couldn't maintain this place if it wasn't for you guys.
Big event weekends are just not complete without live music. And a favorite here at Elkins Creek is the Poverty String Band, made up of Jeff Weaver, Adam Jackson, and Jill's sister Bev, brothers Greg and Joe Romanello, and niece Dana Romanello.
That's a lot of Romanello.
Guess what? Mama